Hello everyone, welcome to the Meet the Developer series part 5 with our creative lead and co-founder Steven.
Hey everyone, thanks for having me.
Let's start at the very beginning. How did you find your way into game design and what made you want to turn it into your profession?
Oh man, that's a good one. My way into game design. I started with pen and paper design. Started out reading D&D, reading DSA, which is like a German equivalent of D&D. And I was pretty upset with the rules because it's like 350 pages or something you have to get through. And yeah, once you open the book, it kind of cuts the flow of the round you're playing. So I set out to do my own rule book with more simple rules focusing on flow. And I did that for 10 games, and I was working as a lone wolf at that time. So I decided, let's make something out of that. Why not work with a team? And that idea kind of started it all, I think, yeah.
Gotcha. As creative lead of Team Nava Games, you're helping shape Vivid from a creative perspective. What does your role look like on a day-to-day basis?
Always different. There's like no sum up to this. Every day is different. Usually, for the last 7 weeks, we were sprinting, which was pretty exhausting to be honest. So as soon as Sunday evening came around, I would play tests and I would set goals for the next week ahead. And you got to be that flexible because you have to iterate, and sometimes you find bugs that no one else found, and they break the game. So you have to be spontaneous in reacting to those. And to get it right, you got to keep the vision together. Meaning, yeah, for one side, I'm a game designer, and to be a game designer, you're like offering your vision to the team, and you see what they make of it. But you also got to see that it kind of keeps in line. Like you got to keep everyone in line and concentrate on this one idea. So direction also kind of fits on top of that. So I just try to make sure to regularly bring everyone together, get their feedback in, get their thoughts in, and that's pretty much what I do the whole day. Besides of redigating some articles, maybe putting some ideas for posts out or something, or just getting into contact and doing the outreach for the Gamescom that's up ahead.
Our debut game, Vivid, combines several genre and gameplay systems. How do you approach bringing all these different ideas together into one current player experience?
Phew, Vivid is weird in its own way because we were kind of struggling with finding like a correct genre naming on it. And we ended up with cozy survival simulation. And you might think cozy and survival might cancel each other out. The thing is, I think we made it work pretty good. The coziness mostly comes from the pacing of the game, because you can control time, you can pause at any time, but also from the soundtrack. That's like super important for the coziness of it, and also the sound effects in there. It's not a super urgent game. It's not a game that urges you to react like at all times. There's not much like another developer of our team mentioned that before. It's not an action game. So I think survival can be cozy. And the simulation aspect of it is pretty much the research we did on how can we gamify plans. So every skill in the game, every event in the game, it's all down to our research as we found like what plans actually are like. Of course, the real plan doesn't have MVP, but we had like these are the systems we had to find and innovate on. And it's a single currency. It keeps it all together, and it keeps the systems all together, I guess. So, yeah.
Okay, let's get to another super important field for us. Over the last 2 years, you've been also heavily involved in supporting and developing emerging talent. Why is talent development important to you personally? And are there any experiences from that time that you've particularly stayed with you?
Talent development, man. When we started in February 2024, we kind of set a philosophy on how we want to run things. And one of the ideas was that we work with natural authority. Meaning, if there's, let's say someone is working on the graphics side of it, and there's a question arising on graphics, then that person is the one that's the best equipped to answer that question and to make a decision on it. Of course, I got a veto, that's for sure. But still, talent development, if you have like a team that's working that closely together, it's pretty easy to share your ideas, and by sharing your ideas, you also share knowledge. And as everyone gets wiser, you know, everyone gets more comfortable with the game and the idea of it and the complexity of it. And we had interns. I had interns for a year, 2 in graphics, and yeah, I gave it all to kind of just get them ready for game development, which is hard enough on its own. And why is that important? Because in Germany, personally, I think we have a systemic problem that's kind of seen in the whole industry. I've only been part of it for 2 years and I saw it. I just wonder why no one is talking about it. And this problem is university education, because lots of professors out there, especially at private universities, they have some experience with pen and paper stuff, but they barely made anything outside of serious games, so they don't have like commercial titles to them. And now they make the students do like a game jam each semester. So there are no long-going projects, and then these students come out of university with their bachelor's degree in hand, and they start a studio. And now the question is, okay, our government wants us to do commercially, like games that perform good on a commercial level, and I don't think if these students necessarily have the knowledge to make that happen if they were focusing on the importance of serious games so much. But yeah, I think that kind of sums it up.
Gotcha. Looking back at Vivid's development so far, was there a particular moment, milestone, or creative breakthrough when you thought, this is really starting to become the game we imagined?
Oh yeah. In May this year, I played Vivid for the first time. Like I got the most recent build at the end of the day, and I played it, and I had such a huge smile on my face because I was just like, oh my god, it's all coming together. It took us so long, but at that state in May, it was like, I've seen, okay, this is the idea of Vivid, and finally it feels like the game I imagined. Still, it was pretty rough. But at this point, we polished it so much. It's still a prototype, of course. You could argue about that even. But yeah, in its own right, it's a fully fledged game already. It gives you the full experience of what Vivid is supposed to be at this point, yeah.
We are getting now very close to showcasing Vivid in the public for the first time. How does it feel to prepare for that moment, and what are you most excited or maybe even a little nervous about?
It doesn't feel real, to be honest. It's quite insane. The last time I was at Gamescom, I was still a kid. Now I'm returning like 17, 18 years later. I haven't been there since. So now I return with a game to exhibit. I'm just hoping that we got the balance right. I'm hoping that it's accessible for most of the people there. I hope they experiment a lot. And I also hope they break the game a lot, or they find like easy ways, some degenerate strategies that like lead to an easy win. That's kind of the stuff I'm hoping for, like a lot of data and play tests. Also, of course, on the financial side of things, we still have to get fully financed for next year. So, of course, we're also looking into getting like a good deal with a good partner that's supporting us. And yeah, on the side of all of these things, I imagine it to be like a pretty crazy event because it's like, yeah, it's a long time, a lot of people. And I just hope I can keep the energy and the attention span up for the whole event. And I hope we stay healthy. Like that goes for the whole team. And these are pretty much my expectations, yeah.
Thank you so much. Actually, now you answered as well my very last
Oh,
question.
sorry.
So I have to find spontaneously a new one. So finally, my question, what are the things at Gamescom you want to experience for yourself? For example, from other studios, other games, etc. I heard you will be at the ONL, the opening night live. What are the things you want to see, what you want to experience, and also take away for your personal development or own game interest?
I'll try to keep this one short because there's a lot. Like the Festival of Gaming has a lot to offer. Personally, like I'll be at ONL, so I'm looking forward. I want to see something from Gen Design. That's the studio run by Fumito Ueda. I'm looking so forward to their next game, man. It'll be another masterpiece. It'll just be pure art again, as the other games are. Then at the opening like live, I don't know like how the rumors are. I haven't looked into those too much, but like some people state that maybe FromSoft is announcing something, like From Software. Maybe they've been working on something for the last year, so I'm more than hyped to see maybe just a trailer or something. I don't know. Maybe just an announcement trailer. Keep it short, like 30 seconds or something. I'd be happy. I'd be more than surprised. And yeah, then also I'll play all the games from the region of Saxony, just to see what other devs do, because most of the stuff is mostly behind closed doors. Like developers rarely put their work in progress stuff out because maybe they don't feel too proud of it. I don't know what the case is really. But I'm looking forward to that, to see all the other games that are being made here in the region.
Steven, thank you so much for your time. Hope we speak soon again.
Oh yeah, thanks mate. Bye bye.
Have a good one. Bye bye.